up, Mousetrap? Is I Tesla Mouse here, your coach of the Houston Raichus for Season 3 of the Valhalla Pokemon League. For those of you that may remember, I was invited into a draft league about last year called the Valhalla Pokemon League, the VPL, founded by the great Skyrender, Swedish PokeTuber. Gonna have a link to his channel in the chat, in the description, not the chat because it's not a Twitch stream. But yeah, go ahead and check him out, highly recommend it. Anyways, the Valhalla Pokemon League is a draft league in which there are 16 competitors. We do things with a snake draft. Every trainer gets 100 points to distribute and to draft their mons, and 1 snipe action. Pokemon that are not valued on the dock are at 2 points. If you over budget your draft, then one of the administrators will edit your draft to fit the range of your points that you spent. Everyone gets to adjust their team post-draft by 3 changes, which is basically the free agent. Every Pokemon not drafted will be discounted 2 points if you did not use a snipe action. That is a post-draft perk to the snipe action. Do not use it. And every draft must have 8 Pokemon minimum, 10 max. Now, what is a snipe action? It is a very creative way that Skyrender did his draft league. It is a way to balance out the draft. A snipe action is used to steal someone's drafted Pokemon that they drafted. Basically, cutting in line, you lose your turn, the draft, when you snipe someone's Pokemon. You trigger this by saying SA, quotes, in the draft chat as the Pokemon you want is drafted. You can only use it once. The trainer has a way to defend themselves though. They can initiate an auction with the Pokemon, forcing the sniper to overbid the snipe Pokemon to get that Pokemon. Basically overpricing the Pokemon if they want to challenge the snipe action user so they can keep their draft pick. If the sniper loses the auction, he will not be able to snipe again. And actually, to be honest with you, once you use your snipe action, you can't use another one. Curse of the snipe action is the Pokemon that you snipe cannot be used against the person you stole it from. So, for example, let's say I try to draft Manaphy and Skyrender uses his snipe action to take it from me. In our draft league match, he will not be able to use Manaphy against me. In addition to this, there is a Z Crystal rule. Every Pokemon is allowed to use the Z Crystal, but only 3 Pokemon can use it for each 4-week period. No Omni Boost moves are allowed, and you can change Z Crystals every 4 weeks. Now, Z status moves such as Z Rain Dance, Z Sunny Day, etc. are allowed in this draft league. The battle rules are Small Gun Baton Pass ban. Small Gun ban items, Arena Trap and Shadow Attack are allowed. Marshall, if used, cannot use item this season. Because Marshall was voted in to be allowed, there was a stipulation that you cannot have an item on Marshall. So there will be like no Choice Scarf, no Choice Band, no Life Orb, none of that. Z moves that boost all stats are banned, as we just mentioned. The banned Pokemon are as follows: Ubers, duh, for the most part, Greninja, Protean, and Battle Bond, Speed Boost, Blaziken, and voted bans. Pokemon voted for bans are as follows: Darkrai, Aegislash, Genesect, Groudon, Pheromosa, Shaman Sky, Landorus Eye, Mega Mawile, Giratina O, Tapu Lele, Zekrom, and Solgaleo. The reason why these are mentioned is because before Season 3 started, we were able to vote to let them in. Granted, the stipulations were basically the same as Marshadow. If these were allowed and you drafted them, you cannot use an item on them. As far as the playoffs go, the best of 12 from each bracket will make playoffs. Top players of each team get a 1-week bye. The other 8 fight for survival and the 8th final for quarter places. Team members are mortal enemies in playoff. Top 4 players in playoffs will create the new teams for Season 4. Yes, this is something I didn't mention before. Basically, there are teams in this. Now, teammates do not face each other during the regular season. There are, I believe, 4 teams of 4, because there are 16 players. Now, the top 4 people from last season got to construct their teams, and these teams are as follows. Team EON, I guess, consists of EON, which is the winner of Season 2, Skyrender, Tidvicious, and Omega Jolteon. Team Darude, which is my team, consists of Darude, Sinister Sableye, who actually dropped out. So Eric Ashton is taking his place from the TBU. Myself and WMAR are in Team Darude. Team Bryal consists of Bryal, Squirtacular, Shadowchew, JJD, and Team Mad Junk Boy, aka Carl, consists of Mad Junk, aka Carl, Slow Formula, Nauser, and Basica 64. Those are the 4 teams of 4. They each have their unique names, I suppose. Let me go ahead and see if I can find them. My team is called the Cooking with Chef. The team of Mad Junk is called Odin's Angels. And I don't really think there are any other creative names for the other teams, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Right. So yeah, the draft order was as follows: Eon, Darude, Bridal, and Mad Junk, because I believe those were the 4 semifinalists/finalists of last season. And then, you know, Ian got to choose his teammate, his first teammate, which, you know, goes into number 5, etc., etc., etc. Skyrander, followed by Sinister Sableye, Squirtacular, Slow Formula, Tid. I was drafted at number 10. Shadow Chew, Nauzer, Omega Jolteon, WMAR, JJD, and Basica 64. So, yeah. Alright. Well, with that being in mind, let's go over my draft recap. I drafted a total of 8 Mons before the season ended, and I cashed in my Snipe Action perk for not using it to get a 9th Mon. I'm going to go over all my draft choices, and you're going to see that my draft looks pretty damn stacked for a point draft, and you very well might be right. So I'm going to go in order of what I drafted. With that being in mind, my first draft pick for the VPL, the Valhalla Pokemon League Season 3 is Victini, which is a Fire Psychic type, the ability Victory Star, which raises the accuracy of its moves by, I believe, 5 or 15%, something like that. The resistances of Victini are Grass, Fire, Ice, Fighting, Psychic, Steel, and Fairy, with the weaknesses being Water, Ground, Rock, Ghost, and Dark. And Victini is one of my 3 designated Z move users for the first 4 weeks. Victini I drafted because it has great potential. It hits really hard to V-create. It has a great move pool. It can be used as a physical attacker, a special attacker, or even a mixed attacker. Has base 100 stats all around the board, which means its HP is great, its attack is great, its defense is great, its special attack is great, its special defense is great, and its speed is pretty good. Has good offensive stats and good bolt around the board. Now, I've been meaning to use Victini in one of the draft leagues I competed in, and since this was not drafted up until my turn, I figured I'd go for it. Granted, the one thing that will screw over Victini is a Sucker Punch, but there are ways to get around that with stuff such as Colbur Berry or Substitute. Victini does hit hard for Choice Band, especially with V-Create. It's great Scarfer, and its move pool is pretty damn great. Again, V-Create, Bolt Strike, Fusion Bolt, Energy Ball, Psychic, Zen Headbutt, Glaciate, which is a Ice-type move that reduces the speed of a Mon that it hits. Gets U-Turn, gets Shadow Ball, gets Dazzling Gleam even. Gets access to Light Screens, unfortunately no Reflect though. Gets access to Toxic, gets access to Thunder Wave, and gets access to Sunny Day, so if I want to run a Z Sunny Day set, I definitely can do that. It also has a great stat boosting move in Workup, so if you're running like a mixed attacker and you use Workup, you increase your attack and your special attack by 1 stage, so it's very useful there. Again, I designated Victini as being my Z move user, or one of them, because it has a great offensive move pool, and it has great offensive stats across the board. So Victini will be nicknamed Void Gaming this season in honor of my stream team called Team Void Gaming. Shout out to them. Fantastic guys, should definitely check them out. My second draft pick is as follows. It is a Mon that I am very familiar with, and it's going to be a meme on my team because, well, apparently people like to make it out to be a meme, judging by how much I use it in OU. This Mon is Landorus Therian, a ground flying type with the ability Intimidate. Electric and ground is the immunities, resistances are bug, fighting, and poison, weaknesses are water and ice, and it is yet another designated Z move user. It has 89 base HP, 145 base attack, 90 base defense, 105 base special attack, 80 special defense, and 91 speed. Its offensive stats are pretty good, especially its physical attack, special attack is workable. It has a decent speed tier, a good physical bolt with the Intimidate ability, all around solid Mon. In terms of moves, it gets a lot of great moves. Earthquake, Knockoff, Stone Edge, Superpower, Outrage, U-Turn. On the physical side, on the special side, it gets Earth Power, Psychic, Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb, Extra Sensory, and I believe Focus Blast as well. Like Victini, I designated this as a Z move user because of its immense offensive move pool. Just an outstanding mod I love using. Not only can you use it as an offensive threat, but you can also use it as a bulky rock setter. So yeah, it's a pretty damn solid mod all around in my opinion. And I am happy to have Lando T drafted in the VPL just like I drafted it in the PMU Season 3. The nickname for Lando Series that you'll be seeing is Lando T Money because people like to, you know, make a meme out of me using Lando T constantly in my OU teams. And there's a joke rap cover called Lando T Money featuring me on it. Yeah, I figured I'd just go with the memes here. So Lando T is definitely a solid pick in my opinion. Also, I forgot to mention that while Lando's Eye is generally banned from this league, Sandforce is not. So I completely overlooked that earlier when I was explaining the bans and whatnot. So there you go. Again, I picked Lando T because, well, Intimidate is such a great ability, and it's just all around a solid Z move user. My next draft pick is this. Making its return from the NPA Season 1 is Skarmory. Steel Flying type with the abilities Keen Eye, Sturdy, and Weak Armor, although you typically won't be seeing me use Keen Eye or Weak Armor. Its immunities are Poison and Ground. Its resistances are Grass, Bug, Steel, Normal, Flying, Fairy, Psychic, and Dragon, with its weaknesses being only 2, Electric, and Fire. Base 65 HP, which is kind of meh to be honest. Base 80 attack, 140 defense. Really good defensive stats right there. Special attack is 40, 70 special defense, and 70 speed. Not too great. It's more or less used as a physical wall here to set up like stealth rocks or spikes. Phase out the opponent's ones with Roar and Whirlwind. And it gets recovery in Roost. I want this as a physically defensive wall to basically cancel out Victini's ground weakness. And Victini would cancel out Skarmory's fire weakness as well. It really worked for me in Season 1 of the NPA, so I figured why not bring it back for Season 3 of the VPL. Our next draft pick is Raichu. Yep, I kid you not, I drafted Raichu for my 4th turn. Yes, Raichu was my 4th draft pick, and I figured, you know what, I want a fast electric type, and you know what, I want to use the mascot, my mascot Raichu of the Houston Raichus. And I figured, although someone was not too happy about it, and they apparently already used their snipe action, so they couldn't snipe me for it, or maybe I went after them and they couldn't use their snipe action. Raichu is an electric type with the abilities Static and Lightning Rod. Its resistances are Flying, Steel, and Electric. Its weaknesses are Ground, and it is my 3rd designated Z move user. Unlike Lando T and Victini, its offensive stats aren't that great. Its move pool is alright. It has 60 base HP, 90 attack and special attack, 55 defense, 80 special defense, and 110 speed. It's pretty fast. It's decent on the offense stats, but again, not as great as Victini and Lando T. But the reason why I chose it as my designated Z move user is to give its offense stats that extra oomph and power when it uses a Z move. I mean, it gets access to like Focus Blast, Surf, Signal Beam, Dig if I want to use like Tectonic Rage on it. It gets access to Volt Tackle, which is a very powerful physical electric type move. It gets Knockoff, gets Extreme Speed. And I can't wait to use it. I mean, it's my only electric type drafted in this league, by the way. So, yeah. Some people were actually very surprised that I drafted it as my number 4 draft pick, but I want to get it before no one else could. And I've been meaning to get it in the other season of the VPL, but I was never able to. So Raichu is our 4th draft pick. Our 5th draft pick is going to surprise you guys based on how long it survived. We drafted Mega Venusaur as our 5th draft pick. It is a grass poison type with the ability Thick Fat. Thick Fat basically cancels out the weakness to fire and ice. Resistances are grass, water, fighting, electric, and fairy. Its weaknesses are flying, psychic, fire, which is mitigated by Thick Fat, and ice, which is also mitigated by Thick Fat. 80 base HP, 100 attack, 123 base defense, 122 special attack, 120 base special defense, and 80 speed. Its stats are pretty decent all around. Good HP stat, decent attack stat, great defense and special defense stat, good special attack stat, and a decent speed stat. It gets access to lots of moves such as Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, gets Knockoff, gets Earthquake, Gets Outrage if you want to run that on it for some reason, although I'm not sure why you would. It gets Leech Seed, it gets Sleep Power to put the opponent's mons to sleep. It gets Synthesis to heal itself, especially in the sun, which gives it more HP recovered. Basically, Mega Venusaur is there to cancel out Victini's water weakness, to cancel out Skarmory's electric weakness, and to cancel out Landorus T's water weakness as well. Our 6th draft pick is Blastoise. I finished off my Fire, Water, Grass core here. The Fire type being Victini, the Grass type being Mega Venusaur, and my Water type is going to be this, Blastoise. I didn't mention something about Skarmory earlier, and that it gets access to the Fog, so it is an option for a Hazard Remover. I want another Hazard Remover as well, and Blastoise fits the bill. It's decently bulky with base 100 defense and 105 special defense. Base 79 HP, not that great. Base 83 attack is okay, I guess. Base special attack is 85, which is already exposed, although you're not really going to use it as an offensive threat. 78 speed is pretty slow. It is a pure water type with the abilities Torrent and Rain Dish. Its resistances are Water, Steel, Ice, and Fire. Its weaknesses are Electric, Grass, and Ice. Well, the Ice type move, Freeze Dry. It gets decent access to moves such as Scald, Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, Earthquake, and stuff like that, and Ice Beam of that sort. It's mainly going to be used as bulky, although I might bring an offensive one throughout the draft league. But yeah, I wanted Blastoise as another option to clear away hazards, and just to finish off my Fire, Water, Grass score. My next draft pick is regular Kyurem. Kyurem is an Ice Dragon type with the ability Pressure. The resistances are Electric, Water, and Grass. The weaknesses are pretty heavy. Dragon Fairy, Fighting Rock, and Steel. However, it has pretty good stats all around the board. It has base 125 HP, 130 attack, 90 defense, 130 special attack, 90 special defense, and 95 speed. So, good bulk, good offensive stats, decent speed tier. Unfortunately, like I said, it does have a fair bit amount of weaknesses, and it can't switch into Stealth Rocks that well, but does have good access to moves such as Ice Beam, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Iron Head, Flash Cannon, and stuff of that sort. My next draft pick is Slurpuff. Also, like Skarmory, it is making its return from NPA Season 1. It is a pure Fairy type with the ability Sweet Veil and Unburn, although you will probably never see me use Sweet Veil on it. Its immunities are Dragon, its resistances are Bug, Dark, and Fighting, while its weaknesses are Poison and Steel. Its stats are not to be desired, but it does have a great ability on Unburden, and it does have access to the move Belly Drum, which basically cuts its HP in half, but it maxes out its attack stat. And with Unburden, when you trigger Citrus Berry, its speed doubles. Now, there are some common checks to it, such as Steel types and Fire types, although Drain Punch does handle the former. It has a decent move pool: Play Rough, Drain Punch, Surf, Energy Ball. I believe it also gets access to Thunderbolt, gets access to Flame Tor to deal with Steel types like Scizor. All around a solid Pokemon, although again, its stats are some to be desired, or at least to be desired. But Slurpuff was my final draft pick of that draft until we got to the post-draft, which is when I cashed in my Snipe action and picked up this little critter. Using my Snipe, the perk for my Snipe action was to get 2 points off of a Mon. That being said, this Mon I believe was not pointed, was not valued on the draft sheet, so it was 2 points by default. Thus, I got it for free, and that is Linoone. Linoone, I'm going to use it as a surprise sweeper if I ever can. I really want to get a sweep off of it in the VPL, although it does seem highly unlikely. Like Slurpuff though, it gets access to Belly Drum. It does have a great stat priority move in Extreme Speed. Its abilities are Pickup, not useful in competitive, Gluttony, and Quick Feet. Immunities are Ghost, and the weaknesses are Fighting. It does not resist anything because it is pure normal type. 78 base HP, 70 attack, 61 defense, special attack is 50, 61 special defense, and 100 speed. Once you get a Belly Drum off of Extreme Speed and your opponent's team is weak, you can basically sweep it with it. Although it is pretty difficult to do, and 9 times out of 10 I'm probably not going to bring Linoone to battle, but we're gonna see if we can make it work this season at some point. But yeah, that is my draft for the VPL, the Valhalla Pokemon League Season 3. Let's go over it again. Victini, Landorus, Therian, Skarmory, Raichu, Venusaur, Blastoise, Kyurem, Slurpuff, and Linoone. Venusaur being the Mega. So I feel like I did a pretty good job managing my points here. And essentially, I drafted like a an OU team, essentially. With Mega Venusaur, Landorus T, Victini, Skarmory, and Kyurem. But I'm excited to see how this season plays out. I'm excited to see how I do in it. I will definitely have my Week 1 battle. The Week 1 battle has already been done. All the team builder and the Week 1 battle uploaded sometime after this weekend. Probably next week or something. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this fantastic VPL Season 3 draft recap, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and thunderbolt the subscribe button. Also, post in the comments what your favorite pick of mine is for this draft, and which you think will be the dark horse pick that does the most damage that you wouldn't expect. Anyways, guys, I will catch you on the flip side, and remember, guys, keep riding the thunder waves to victory. Okay, thanks, bye.